Food is love and life, celebration and nurturing. It's our passion, our hobby, and one of the ways of showing we care. And in the United States, the food supply that we depend on is among the safest in the world. However, when certain disease-causing bacteria, viruses, parasites, or chemicals contaminate food, they can cause foodborne illness. In 2011, Diana was 64 years old and in fairly good health, but her age left her vulnerable to foodborne illness.
My youngest daughter had been ill and she was in the hospital, so I was in a hurry to get something to eat because it was late in the evening. And I ran in the store and picked up some ground turkey. And I cooked about half of it and threw the other half in the freezer. I woke up with a really, really upset stomach. That's when my problem with the diarrhea started. And by the next day, it was constant. I thought it was just a case of the flu, and it had just gotten severe. My son came by because he said, "Mom, you just sound terrible." He took me to urgent care. They looked at me and my potassium was 0.5. You're supposed to die at 1.5. So I had gone way beyond where I should have gone. So they called an ambulance and immediately transported me to the main hospital.
Diana, who was suffering from salmonella poisoning, struggled with constant diarrhea and dehydration.
I was going continually. It was nonstop. In an hour's time or so, they'd be putting another bag up. I was losing so much fluid so rapidly. So that's how I got so dehydrated, because it was going out faster than they could put it in. A couple of times they thought I was going to die. I couldn't lift my head off of the pillow. I was so sick. And I'm just lucky I lived through it. I looked back at the time because I had my grandson. He was little then. And he was a picky eater. The only reason he didn't probably eat some. So just think how serious that would have been if I would have fed it to him. It's unbelievable, the effect of salmonella on one's body, because there's just hardly anything that will stop it. Basically, I had to run a course. Within the first couple of days, I'm pretty sure the health department was notified because of the severity of it. The health department called me after I'd gone home and found out that it was salmonella poisoning. I had the other half of it in the freezer because I only ate one of the burgers, and she seemed to be quite pleased about that. And so she asked if she could come and get it, and she brought special containers and this box-like thing that was all frozen in a way that they could put that frozen in there. It gave them a source to analyze and find out what was actually in that, and actually were they diagnosing it correctly.
Keeping patients safe from foodborne illness is fundamental to the healthcare community. To request resources about foodborne illness, visit fda.gov and search food safety and nutrition resources for healthcare professionals. Patient education materials are also available from the Education Resource Library at fda.gov.